How's everybody doing? Oh, I know. I'm salivating because this delicious apricot martini just here waiting for me and waiting for you. Okay. Well, listen. I'm quarantined. Can you believe that? I'm on quarantine. Bitch can't go to New York and travel right now because me, I had to cancel my trip to Bali and my trip to Mumbai. And, so I guess I must be staying in the lovely sunshine state of Florida for a little while longer. Hey, everybody, how's everybody doing? How are you, K-Posh? How you doing? Jennifer Organician. I'm drinking an apricot martini. Mentira, no es mentira. No es mentira. ¿Quién me dijo mentira? No, mi amor, no es mentira. Para que lo sepan. Yeah, no, it's not club soda. It is an apricot martini. Getting it from, so I can't even show you. I have to do it real quick. How's everybody? Yes, Uncle Fernando is here, and Uncle Fernando is alive and well. Okay? All right. Listen, I'm gonna be all right. Oh, it is, Miss Park. It is delicious. We can't go nowhere. We're on lockdown. I cannot go to a bar and have a drink. You know me and my drink. Come on, not even weed. Pluto in Pisces. Oh, the beat. Oh, the beat. Oh, you know me. Oh, it's okay. El gran combo de Puerto Rico. Que lo osa. Today, we're going to talk about Pluto in Pisces. We've been doing the series, and there have been a lot of interruptions concerning finishing the series. But we're going to finish it. Okay? Let me tell you, Pluto in Pisces rules all kinds of situations. Brittany has Pluto in Scorpio. I wonder what it will bring for me. Well, we will talk, my dear. But Pluto in Pisces, it's a different story. First, let me say that nobody is alive today that has Pluto in Pisces. Nobody. There's nobody that has Pluto in Pisces. Oh, the beat. Da, 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 ba, ba. There is no one born with Pluto in Pisces. Hey, how are you, Adrian? Look at that. That was for you and the spirits, Adrian. Love you. Good. Princess, yeah. Listen, guys, I love you, all of you, but I can't talk and respond because I need to now go into the series. Pluto in Pisces. Understand that there is nobody in the human population that has Pluto in Pisces, or Pluto in Aquarius, or Pluto in Aries, or Pluto in Taurus, or Pluto in Gemini, and the last of the baby movements that in which we have Pluto in Cancer. My mother's generation, they died off. So the only ones that we can account for is Pluto in Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. But we have not have anybody yet, and there's nobody born yet with Pluto in Aquarius or Pluto in Pisces. So this is a generation that is yet to be born. Pluto in Pisces. Oh yes, Adrian, that drink is delicious. I'm trying so hard not to gulp it down because I'm on lockdown. I can't go to the store and buy me another bottle. No. Oh. Oh, the beat. I gotta take that minute for that beat. Okay. How is this useful information for you guys if you don't have this signature in your birth chart? Well, Like myself, I have Pluto in Virgo in the 12th house. So technically, it's like having Pluto in the 12th house. Well, if you were born with Pluto in Pisces, you were born in the 1830s, 1840s, and 50s. Okay, one famous composer, Chopin, was born with Pluto in Pisces, and he foresaw the fall of Poland. He spoke about it, and he wrote in his scherzos. He wrote in his scherzos the thematic and his polonaise. He wrote his music was sparking the heralding of the revolution, which will eventually crush Poland, his homeland. And if you know anything about Chopin, the composer, he was a great lover of his home country, Poland. He was Polish. You need to read this man's biography. Pluto in Pisces. Ooh. Ooh. It is Chopin. I believe he was a Pisces with Pluto conjunct the sun in Pisces. I'm pretty sure. Let me take it. Yes, I can help you understand the moon having in Cancer. Call me or email me, donate now, and I will do that. But I won't be able to do that now in this series since I need to do the Pisces. But I'm going to try to throw in a couple of things. You know, the Cancer midheaven, I have the Cancer in my midheaven. You are a nurturer. You are a giver. I love all of you, all of my subscribers. I'm like Uncle Fernando, and all of you are my little ones, my babies. And I nurture you and protect you and guide you with love. This is Cancer in the midheaven. I'm the universal protector, and I protect my flock. It's not that much different with Pluto in Pisces, but Pluto in Pisces is dreadful, morbid, because with Pluto in Pisces, and none of you have this signature, so none of you can relate to this, but for those of you who have Pluto in the 12th house, understand that this is so much the same way. You're welcome. You have to understand that this signature is going to make a psychic out of you. Intensely psychic. With Pluto in the 12th house, as I have Pluto in the 12th house, or in Pisces, you are a very, what Pluto in Pisces means, what it means though, I'm trying to tell you, is that you are exposed to the very foundation of the mysteries behind God itself. You'll say that my information is unique and unlike anything you have heard of on YouTube. Well, this is an example of Pluto in Pisces, or Pluto in the 12th house. Sacred information, deep knowledge of God and of creation, even beyond God. The type of knowledge that can kill you, that can make you go crazy, make you go loco. An example of this is King Solomon. Remember the Bible? King Solomon, he was given wisdom among all men in the land. But what happened to Solomon? He began to mix his seed with strange women of different tribes, and eventually he became insane and crazy. The man with so much knowledge that God has never given to anyone else again has caused this man to go insane. What about Samson? Remember Samson and Delilah? Samson loved God, and Samson in the Bible was a Pisces. This is another example of Pluto in Pisces. He loved God, but he turned his back on God, and then God punished him, and then he returned to God. But in the end, Samson died. God took his life. The book of Enoch. Enoch also walked with God and was taken by God himself. He got to see God. This is another example of Pluto in Pisces. Oh, the salsa, oh God. The grace of a woman, he got drunk off his power. That's right. He got drunk off his power. And I gotta be careful not to get in my head. I can't get my power get in my head of my knowledge that I have and turn out like Solomon and go crazy. I'd rather get drunk with this, baby, than with this. Because when you don't come back from this, you can always come back for seconds for this. Pluto in Pisces. Yes. So understand that when you're born with Pluto in Pisces, and a lot of you will never be alive to see that. Remember, the orbit of Pluto is 30 years around. Yes, that's right. Pisces gang. But let me tell you, to have Pluto in the 12th house can be problematic, disruptive. To have Pluto in the 12th house, which is the same as having it in Pisces, means that your life will not be, you're not going to live a life of a normal person. Everything will be exposed to you. You will see the air. It's like being on acid. You get to see the air, the molecules. You get to see the oxygen itself. You get to see the fabric and the scaffolding behind nature, behind everything. It could be some really scary shit. Worse than being on a trip on acid. Okay? But if we want to go there, Pisces rules drugs and alcohol. No? Smoking, coking, doing mushrooms, and all these hallucinogenic drugs that can make you lose your mind if you're not careful. So Pisces rules very risque behavior. And to have Pluto there makes it double, triple, quadruple the effect, to the point where it is dangerous. And you might not come back from an experience. Pluto in Pisces. Oh. No me acostumbro. No sé vivir sin ti. Puerto Rican, Oh, it gets me so bad. The beat just gets me. I can't. It's my Pisces. I'm romantic. And talking about romance, there is no romance in the sign of the zodiac like Pisces. Remember, Venus is exalted in Pisces. So when you have Pluto in Pisces, it's like, I love you! Kamikaze or Shogun, where they just take the sword and just honor, Or you get Queen Elizabeth. Remember the movie Elizabeth? With Kate Blanchett. She dedicated, her husband became England. Remember at the ending of the film? She don't want no fucking dick to dominate her. She's too powerful. Pluto. She married England. England became her husband. The ultimate sacrifice. Pluto in Pisces. Pluto in Pisces, everybody. So understand that if we break it into different components. Well, I hear the Pisces lame haters call mariachi outside your window declaring their heart. That's right. Hi, Justin. That's right. But Pisces, understand, is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Pisces represents the principles of the yin and the yang. It is no different than Aries. Remember, Aries is the head, Pisces is the tail. And doesn't the snake bite its own tail? Isn't that the symbol of infinity, right? The number 8. This is also a symbolic gesture of Pluto in Pisces. The ultimate truth, the ultimate revelation of the deeper recesses of mystery that can only be revealed to the Piscean energy of reflection and introspection, because the kingdom of heaven is inside us. Like it says in the Bible, the kingdom of God is inside you. This is another symbolic gesture of Pluto in Pisces. We have to love Pisces. Pisces is God in all 12 factions. It is he who hides behind creation. Look at these beautiful honeysuckles. These beautiful honeysuckles, which I cut from my own garden, is Pisces. It is the expression of God behind the creation of our planet, our solar system, and therefore of us. Pluto in Pisces. Oh, no. I want to move and get up and dance. What is what we're going to do? We are on lockdown, everybody. And this also is so symbolic of Pisces. Someone is saying that, so is Taurus. The reason why so many people are talking about Taurus is because Venus is exalted in Pisces, and Venus is the ruler of Taurus and Libra. So I can see that we can see similar correlations with Taurus, but it is not Pisces. So we no, Taurus, you have to step off that platform because, listen, you don't want to be Pisces. You got to be able to handle being born a Pisces. It's not an easy incarnation, especially if you're not a Pisces that's evolved enough to be able to use these gifts, like Jesus Christ, who heralded the Piscean age. This also is another example of not just Pluto in Virgo, the opposite polarity of the Piscean age, but of also Pluto in Pisces itself. For Jesus Christ embodied the mysteries and principles of Pluto in Pisces. The age though is coming to a close, finally. Another faction. Yes, Adrian, Pisces does rule prisons, hospitals, insane asylums. Pisces rules all these places. It rules death by sea, death by foreigners, being murdered, raped, being killed, dying by diseases. I mean, it is all there. Okay? Understand, yes, we are the eighth wonder of the world, Pisces. Like, wow, Rochelle, Silla. Yes. No, Sparksy. Pisces are not savages. They're just unevolved. And we cannot say that of all Piscean. Look at Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a Pisces. And look what he did for us. Look what he did for us. Because of Albert Einstein, he transformed the way we view the world and the way the world operates, the way our planet operates. He discovered the fabric of space-time and mathematically proved it. So not all Pisces are savages. It's just like Taurus or Virgo. We got many that are in different levels of evolution. You know, you got to go around the wheel a couple of times. You got to be a Virgo or a Pisces or a Taurus or an Aries a couple of times and a couple of incarnations around the wheel before you can reach a certain level of evolution where you can be like Chopin that can compose wonderful scherzos and polonaises, or like Albert Einstein that can write the mathematical MC times C squared, the formula for relativity. These men were geniuses. So not all Pisces are savages, no. No. We are dealing with different states of evolution. Look at me. Okay, I'm involved, but maybe not that involved because I still like to party, you know. But I have a very moral fiber of responsibility to educate and teach because I've already been around the wheel and around the world and around the planet and around the solar system a couple of times to be able to be more relaxed about the concept of God and the concept of creation. You know? To be born a Virgo with Pluto in Virgo in the 12th house said, how come everybody likes to pick on Pisces, but they don't like it when we bite them? Well, because Pisces appears weak. And you have to understand that Pisces, no, there you go. You know, the princess, there you go. Okay. Queen O. Watson, yes, you can fill in your birth with Queen O. Watson. I was just looking at your chart today. Well, call me and then we can do that tonight or tomorrow morning. Let me know. Okay. Stephanie Camo, Virgo woman of all other signs. Well, you know, hey, We're talking about Pisces, right? The opposite polarity. Okay? Understand that Pisces is quite the sign. Pisces uh, Pisces embodies let me tell you something. Because there's a lot of you that are picking on Pisces. But let me tell you something, like Virgo, like Mr. Watson just said, when am I going to finish my reading? Call me, motherfucker, and we will finish your reading. All right? That's the Aries moon giving back. You know, let me tell you, with Pisces, you have to understand that with Pisces, you have all 12 factions. And Pisces symbolizes the dark shadow of every single one of us. So if you don't like Pisces, then there is something about you that the Pisces person is reflecting. Remember, Pisces is the mirror. So Pisces is reflecting something back to you that you don't like about yourself, which you are then scapegoating back onto Pisces. So be very careful when you say that you don't like Pisces and the Pisces ain't shit. Because even though Pisces can be very immature and very irresponsible and very reckless, and there are several types, okay, understand that at the end of the day, Pisces does prove to have a purpose. If anything, Pisces lets us know the darkest nature of our soul, whether we are aware of it or not, and it puts it right in our face. Pisces has no ego of its own. It is a reflective nature. So therefore, the ego that Pisces is the ego that he or she adapts from their partners. And if they become bad people, then that means that they're reflecting that within themselves, which is coming from you. Be very careful, because as the cosmic mirror, you know, you get to see yourself through Pisces, and you might not like what you see. And Pisces is that bitch or that nigga that's going to put it in your face. We need to be very appreciative of Pisces, because Pisces, like Virgo, the opposite polarity. You know, Virgo can be very critical and in your face and tell you your shit whether you like it or not. Now, you know, you all know a lot of people hit on me as far as, oh, he's a fucking drunk, he's a drug addict. Do you think I give a fuck what people think about me or say about me? I'm too evolved for that. I'm going to be who I am, because that's the best way I can be of myself to you. This is my God expression of me. I love to party, I love to play, but I know my shit. Ain't nobody going to tell me any different. Words like that, as a Virgo, don't hurt me. It means nothing to me. And neither does Pisces. That's the sign of the sadomasochism, Virgo Pisces. We don't give a shit what you think about us, but we're going to let you know what we think about you, and you're going to care, because we do know how to pluck to the point that it does hurt. Okay? And this is something that, and that's why people like Pisces and Virgos don't like us very much, because we will tell you your truth whether you like it or not, or whether you even know it or not. And we accept our own truth. We're liars and stealers and dirty, rotten scoundrels and the whole 9 yards, but at the same time, we own our shadow, whereas most people don't own their shadows. So Pisces, with Pluto in Pisces, there is a deeper need to atone and to liberate oneself from the darker natures of our own soul. Understand that we are here on this planet to learn to evolve, to transcend the lower nature of our own ego, which is dark and repulsive towards spirit. We were put here in carbon matter to transcend desire and aspire to leave desire of this world behind and merge back to God. That's not going to happen on one single incarnation. It can happen in revolutions of incarnations. When desire is completely obliterated from our soul, then we are ready to receive the doctrine, the Kabbalah, that we can then ascend towards the Creator. Where Pisces is the last door of the constellation that allows us to return back to God, or come back to the wheel of rebirth and go through this bullshit again, whether in this solar system or in other solar systems. Okay? This is Pluto in Pisces. I love it. And ladies and gentlemen, we are done with this segment.